So what's been the hardest thing about this unit with revising?
Personally, I think it's finding my own mistakes, because when I write, it's hard for me to find my own mistakes. I need people to tell me, so yeah.
Okay. Kind of on the flip side of that, what has doing all these activities and exercises, how has it kind of opened your eyes? What has it opened your eyes to when you realize?
It helped me change like the way I write, like using better diction, picking the right quotes when I write, and other things like that.
Okay. So what's been for you the hardest part about this unit with all the practice and homeworks and revising and articulating? What's been the hardest part for you?
Trying to find mistakes when they're not like obvious or like right there, like a citation's wrong or a word spelled wrong or stuff like that.
So are those the easy kind of mistakes to find, or are those the hard kind?
Those are the easy kind,
What's something that's a little bit harder to find?
like syntax and parallel structure.
Okay. And secondly, what has been the good part of this for you? What did you like have a light bulb moment with?
Being able to think like, should I write that or should I not write that? Will that help to like strengthen my like what I'm trying to say, or it's not going to?
The things I noticed between my like rough draft and my like final draft when we edited it is that my quotes, I never like introduced them. I just put them in there. And when I read it, I realized that it sounded really choppy and like out of place. And when I fixed it and I introduced the character and like what they're saying and how they're feeling, it added more of a like emotion to the like essay, and yeah.
Okay, so what's been the hard part about doing this unit?
I'd say like finding the patterns, like when we were trying to figure out how they are equal and what sentence we should replace in it. I found that the most difficult.
So was that like the parallel structure stuff?
Yeah.
So trying to keep the pattern of the syntax going. Okay. Anything else about positives?
Like what? Like what do you mean positive?
Anything that you realized or that you didn't know before and you're like, oh, that's so useful?
I realized that you have to know when you should stop, like continuing a sentence. Like also in quotes, how they're like really long, and you don't need all of it. You just need the like part that's like you really want. It made it easier to like describe what I'm trying to say. So that's it.
So what has been one good experience for you throughout this revision unit with doing all the teaching about the different kinds of things to look for? And
This revision boot camp thing, it's actually been pretty helpful. We've been able to do like tasks that would otherwise be kind of like, we wouldn't be able to spend so much time on it. Like if we're trying to do, like if we need to learn about revisions and if we need to like work on our revisions and make it like better, but we don't have the knowledge to, or the, you know, all that sort of stuff, we wouldn't be able to really like fix it. We'd just be able to fix things like, oh hey, revising is just grammar mistakes, right? Revising is just, you know, fixing that period that looks like a comma. You know, revising is just, oh, I should probably add like one more sentence to that introduction paragraph so that it looks like an introduction paragraph. Nope, that's not it. Apparently, like, there's a lot more, such as, you know, organization you need to fix. Sometimes in organization you need to fix, sometimes in things like prose, and I didn't even know what that was at first.
okay, so what's been the hard part about doing this unit? What's maybe one topic that you struggled with a little bit?
Out of 4, or are you talking about anything in general?
Either way.
I'd say that the hardest thing for me to work on was like just trying to find like a mistake well, not trying to find mistakes in general, but because this revising is going to be used for my own writing. But if your writing's like around the general like point where it's like actually okay, it's like it feels like you don't need, like sometimes you don't feel like you don't need the revising, but when you check it and like it doesn't need any revising, you're just like, what have I been needing to do this whole time? But you've been giving us like practice for it. So now we can broaden the search for any mistakes or anything like that.